Hello everyone, this is ICBs here and I'm here today with some hot news. And well, actually, I don't really have a hot news. This is actually an article from Screen Rant, and you can, uh, thank the author of this article by Kai Young, published 2 days ago. Okay, so with that established, I'm just going to be reacting to this article. So it says that Marvel's What If season is ending after its third season, and it goes over why it might be ending and it tries to speculate why it's ending. And I'm here to tell you, well, duh, it makes sense. And you might be wondering why it makes sense. And I'm like, it wasn't good. I didn't like that season. Like, I wasn't a big fan of What If. I liked the idea of What If, but I watched the first season, and then when first What If season 2 came around, I watched its first episode, which was really painful to go through, and I had the second episode ready to go, and I never watched it. And after actually reading this entire article, it does makes me want to, rewatch a little bit of the first season, and then also watch the second season finally. I do want to watch it. I want to know what's going on, but it's just that the reason why I wasn't a big fan of What If is that it was too vanilla. Like, and you guys might be like, what's wrong with vanilla? And I'm just like, it's not that good, like it should be really good. Like, this is supposed to be What If, like, this is supposed to take the most absurd storylines from the most absurd of Marvel's MCUs, and it should try to make it, like, more adult. But what if you watch What If, it feels like it's made for children, like, and you're like, yes, of course it's a cartoon, it's made for children. But no, it's not a cartoon made for children, or at least it shouldn't be, because if you look at MCU, like, people were young when they started watching MCU and they grew up with it. And emphasis on the word grew up. They are old now. And after they watched MCU, like the mainline stories, like, they never had anything too gory in them. But at the end of the day, they were still targeted towards mature audiences. Like, that was the point. But What If as a whole season feels like it's made to target a child's mentality, like it's supposed to cater to children. And I am an adult now, and I'm watching it, and I just could not, would not stomach this show. Like, I am like, I tried to watch it. I'm honestly saying that I tried to give it a fair shot. I liked the idea of What If, like, anything goes, multiverse, different timelines, anything can happen. And then when I watched it, it was just so vanilla, like nothing's happening. Like, I'm not saying it should be too gory, there should be blood, or like there should be some sexual content. I'm not saying that, but like, at least try to think that and imagine that your audience is old. But this feels like it was catered towards more children. And it does feels like that this is exactly what Disney was doing, considering they had their own streaming service made right after Endgame, and they wanted to target all ages. And MCU as a property was the perfect thing to attract everyone to their service. And this What If season catered more towards children rather than adults. And that's why it didn't work, because my children might watch it, but they might not know what's going on, because Captain America is strong, blah blah blah. They might not know the entire context of what's going on. But when adults watch it, it's like, it's really painful to stomach it. I'm not saying that it's the most horrible thing, but I'm also saying that it's like drinking a glass of water. Like, like, a glass of water is good. You need to drink your water, but it's at the same time, you could be drinking cappuccino. That's what I'm saying. And you might be sitting there listening to me like, this is not fair criticism, and I'm sorry I'm not able to express myself properly, but I get why it's ending. I wish it was better. I wish that Marvel knew who they were making this show for, but I just guess they didn't, like, thought about their target audience. I guess they just wanted to make the next big show for their streaming platform that might target, children. And that's really unfortunate. At least that's what I think. So I guess I just kind of ranted everything that I had to say. But yeah, the article does goes and says that the trilogy might be coming to an end after its third season, and that's why I said that I want to watch the second season, because it says that the Watcher's storyline might be coming to an end, a very satisfying end, which I would like to be caught up on. So that's why I would, after reading this article, I would, continue watching the second season as well, which I never watched. And towards the end of this article, there's something, positive, at least for me. Like, it's after a long time of being disappointed with Marvel, I get to have something that's, a bit positive. So it says that you have, Deadpool and Wolverine coming out, which is great, but you also have Captain America Brave New World. I am very skeptical about all of these movies. I know that Deadpool and Wolverine is just going to be really good, but the rest of them, I'm not sure. But if you go over and look at the last two movies, it's Avengers 5 and then it has its Secret Wars. So it's very similar to Infinity War and Endgame. So it's going to be ending an entire saga of, movies. So I am looking forward to these two movies. I want to see how everything that Marvel has been building up comes together in these two movies. And I hope that it's something satisfying. I hope that Marvel can deliver. It's not that Marvel cannot deliver good movies. Marvel has delivered us good movies. Marvel knows exactly how to deliver it. It's just more of a question of, does Marvel want to deliver quality content? Because with Deadpool and Wolverine, they want to deliver something good. That's why it's going to be a good movie. And I know it's going to be a good movie because it's fan service. They are doing everything to please the fans, and this is exactly what we need. And then the rest of the time, they would just do anything to try to push the envelope and try to put politics in their shows, which I'm not going to too much into in this video, because that's a whole another subject. But yeah, it's not that Marvel can't make good shows. It's just that Marvel is not trying, which it sounds very skeptical. But when you see that Marvel isn't hiring good writers, good directors, and when they do hire directors just say that, oh well, we didn't really had anything to do because everything was already decided what was going to be in the movie that they were directing. So it just shows that they are even hiring directors more like actors. They're just supposed to show up their face. Oh, look, we're hiring a female director, even though that director has not much to do in the film. She doesn't have much say, or she can't really express her creativity in the show, because everything is already decided by Marvel. So yeah, like Marvel is sucking the creativity out of their shows. But you know what? I've been ranting for so long, and it feels like I can just keep going on and on. So I'm just going to put myself to a stop here and ask you guys to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, it's time for a goodbye.